G'day guys, Ben here from Solar and Sat, and I'm just going to give you a quick run through on this Expedition vehicle and the awesome Aussie Expedition prefabricated system we've installed in it. The owner of this one is Mike from Mike's Shock Shop. He's an Australian distributor of King Shocks. He's come in here and he's wanted us to fit out the power system. Obviously All Terrain Warriors has done the whole truck. The boys down there always do a fantastic job. Obviously got the big super singles on there and their modular canopy system. So I'll open this fella up. As you can see, it's pretty well brand new. There's nothing really going on in here yet. But what we have fitted is we fitted an Aussie Expedition, one of our Shervey prefabricated power systems. Takes a lot of the hard work out of such a big power system installation. So these are becoming pretty popular for obviously your Expedition trucks. They obviously want to use a little bit more power than your typical four-wheel drive. But even some of your larger cruisers, Rams, American trucks, all that sort of stuff, they want to be able to run high output appliances. This is obviously the sort of thing they're chasing. So we've got a 300 amp hour Shervey lithium battery, the Shervey Aussie Expedition, and then we've got 480 watts of Shervey solar on the cab up there. The idea of this is he'll easily be able to run a fridge or two, and with that 3 kVA inverter, he should be able to use microwaves, toasters, coffee machines, kettles, hair dryers, pretty much anything you could want to run, that fella will take care of. It's got a DC-DC charger built in, 50 amp solar controller, so you can have a bunch of solar on the roof if he wants. That'll charge in tandem, so he has a potential 80 amps of charge while off grid. And then obviously that 3 kVA MultiPlus, it's got a 120 amp AC charger in it as well. So he found himself running low, there's a little 240 volt lead there, he can plug it into mains and he'll smash some charge in, get that battery filled up. If he's in the sun, he might plug in for an hour and a half and take it from 0 to full. So heaps of capability in this box right here. Then we've got our switch panel here. So it's got 6 switches on it. We've got one here dedicated for the cigarette socket and the little USB-C point we've got at the bottom there. The other 2 we've used for our lighting. So we've put 4 lights around here, 1 on each door. Our own lights, left side on the left switch, right side on the right switch, and then the lights themselves. Now these are fantastic in the sense that they can switch between white and amber. So there's the light there, and they're also our completely dimmable versions. So if that's a little bit too bright, because they certainly do shine if you want them to, you can turn that fella down so it's not quite as harsh. But this gives you a nice point of call to flick them all off at once if you'd like to. And then we've got 3 spares, so that can be used for fridges, compressors, anything the customer really wants. That gives them a little bit of freedom to wire some stuff up there. Taken care of all the 240, obviously got an outlet on the front. We've got fans built into the box as well, so these activate on temperature. As it gets warm inside of here, we've got a fan on the bottom, a fan on top, they'll both kick in. Really does take a lot of the hard work out of such a complex installation. So the customer can just bolt it straight in, hook the battery up, starter battery goes in, solar goes in, and really that's job done. So I think the guys actually knocked this one out with all the stuff ready to go in a day and a half, and that was making up these panels here, just carpeted them up, finished up a little bit nicer, bolting it all in, mounting it, putting all the lights in, wiring all that stuff up. So it takes a lot of the hard work out of such a high-end install. Ordinarily, if you were to try and make a board, wire it all up, mount it, to do this nice of a job of it, I think you'd probably want to be allowing a week. So if you're doing this sort of thing yourself, or if you're heading to your local electrical fit-out place and they're fitting it, this will really save a hell of a lot of time, and obviously it's already programmed. So if you're not necessarily all switched on with the Victron programming, this takes a lot of the work out of it there too. We've got the Touch 70 on the front, obviously already set so you can control the inverter and whatnot from the front of it. You can monitor it all remotely, connect it to internet for that VRM portal. It's flexible, you can mount it up to 300, 600, 900, 1200 amp hour of lithium batteries, so plenty of modularity there as well. We're a huge fan of these power systems, as you can probably tell. So I was talking to Dad and he said Mike just wanted a little bit of a finishing touch on there, so what we've done is we've put his logo up on that fuse panel there. It just tidies that job up, adds a little bit of a signature finish for him. But as I keep saying, the highlight of it though is it's just such an easy installation. You can actually check them out on our website. We've got the whole range of Shervey prefabricated systems, whole range of Shervey lithium batteries, all made right here in our factory in Bundaberg. Obviously the Aussie Expedition here is one of the larger ones in our range. Obviously the Shervey lithium battery, that 300 amp hour, is also one of the larger ones in our range. If you don't necessarily want quite as big of a power system or quite as heavy or as large of a power system, we have smaller variants in both the batteries and the prefabricated systems. So if you don't need to run quite as much, you just want to save a bit of space, save a bit of weight, make sure you check out some of our smaller sizes as well. Our range is pretty comprehensive. So that pretty much sums up this installation. Make sure you keep your eye on our website though, because our manufacturing team has been hard at work continuously adding more high quality products to our range, whether that be batteries, prefabricated power systems. You'll see some cool stuff rolling through there very, very soon.